Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Mr. Week channel. If you are new to my channel, you're more than welcome. Today I want to share with you is about animals. Animals, as you know, regardless of their shape or even size, are awesome. But as the legendary author George Drell might have said, some animals are more awesome than others. I agree with that. If you're interested, stay tuned. Thanks for coming here to my channel. Really appreciate, guys. So I want to talk about animals. Animals, some of them, like I said, regardless of their shape or size, they are very close to our hearts. We love them like a human being, isn't? Sometimes we call them even our sons or even daughters. I have seen some people saying, and I do like animals. I did have 2 poodles actually. Maybe your typical pet dog can do a few tricks. Even parrots can imitate speech. That's all well and good. But we are talking about pets and service creatures, so exceptional that they've put people to shame with their amazing achievements. Would you agree with that? Granted, some of these creatures needed a bit of help from their human friends to reach such a glorious heights, but other animals have accomplished mind-boggling feats all by themselves. We are talking about canines that have become actually international stars, and pack animals that have put their lives on the line. Some animals actually, they do take care of humans and they help them to have a better lifestyle. So I want to tell you and share with you what some animals actually they have done amazing, or what achievements they have done. The first one is a penguin that was knighted. You say that is impossible. That is true. The world is full of emperor penguins, but only one penguin has ever received the title of knighthood. That honor actually goes to Niels Olav. Is a black and white bird from Edinburgh Zoo. Olav's story starts actually back 1972 when he was adopted by the Norwegian King's Guard, a simple gesture between Norway and Scotland. Niels started off as a lance corporal, and every time the King's Guard visit the zoo, the penguin got a promotion. Isn't that amazing? But like so many good stories, sadly, the original Niels passed away back actually in 1987. So the Guard adopted actually a new penguin and gave him the name Niels Olav II. This little guy made it pretty far up the chain of command, and in 2008 50 members of the King's Guard, with the approval of the King Harald V himself, knighted the titled bird, turning the Commander-in-Chief into Sir Niels Olav II. This penguin even got to inspect the troops before receiving his knighthood. Sadly, Niels Olav II died shortly afterwards and was replaced by a third bird who became brigadier in August 2016. If Olav keeps getting promoted, the king might find himself out of a job pretty soon. Would you agree with that? Another that I want to share is a Welsh corgi got an honorary degree. Honorary degree, this is true. I have to say, getting a PhD is not an easy task. But before he died in back 2013, Elvis, this is the Welsh corgi, was awarded an honorary doctorate. So how exactly does a cute dog earn such a big deal degree? Tim Pennins, an associate math professor at Hope College. This Michigan professor was teaching a class one day on how to determine the quickest way to get from one point to the other, and while knowing lines on this chalkboard, he explained that the shortest route isn't always the fastest. Pennings was playing fetch with Elvis at Lake Michigan, tossing the ball into the water for his pup to bring it back to him. As Elvis, the dog, retrieved the ball, Pennings noticed something interesting. So the shortest path to the ball was for Elvis to run directly into the water and swim at the diagonal path. But instead of taking this route, Elvis ran a little way down the beach, jumped into the water and swam straight to the ball. Sure, it was a technically a longer trip, but he allowed actually Elvis the dog to fetch the ball in a much shorter time by swimming less. I think that is incredible. As Penning explained, it seemed his dog was inherently using calculus to get the ball as fast as possible. Intrigued, Pennings conducted the experiment multiple times, recording actually his dog Elvis' speed and using a tape measure to determine actually the distance the cork was covering. After plotting out all that info on a graph, it seemed to Penning that his dog Elvis had an instinctual knack for calculus with his mathematical canine. So Pennings was then easily able to explain this concept to students. The two actually together gave multiple. This baboon worked as a railroad signalman. You must be thinking that is impossible. Nothing is impossible for some animals.
Congratulations!
So generally speaking, monkeys actually shouldn't be involved with public transportation, but Jack the Chacma baboon is an exception back in the 1880s. 1880s, look what I said. Jack was purchased by a South African Jude named James Edin White. This guy worked as a railroad signalman. Although he had a rough time getting around because he lost his legs in an accident, so White trained actually Jack to push him around in a trolley. He also taught his monkey pal to keep his house clean. Look at that. Jack's biggest accomplishment came when he figured out how to run an entire train station. Isn't that incredible? Wherever these old-time trains approach, they started blowing their whistles, and the number of whistles blows indicated which track they needed to go down. I found that amazing. So I reckon when he did 3, he knew that he would have to move to the line 3, something like that. So if he was 1, was the line 1. And wow, that is incredible. It blows my mind. Even he can do the same as human. Before Jack showed up, White had been the one changing the tracks, but the baboon quickly learned how to operate the levers. Would you believe it? Soon he was totally actually in charge of making sure the locomotives got where they needed to go. Actually, according to the mental flash, railway managers even tested the little guy to see if he was safe to have a monkey managing the switches. And Jack passed with flying colors. Oh my goodness, that is incredible. As a result, Jack was paid 20 cents a day, plus half a bottle of beer each week. Half a bottle of beer, oh my goodness. Some people, they drink that in 10 minutes, I reckon. Half a bottle, because you don't want to give the monkey in charge of changing tracks, isn't? Because if you give a whole bottle, he could get drunk. So with those paychecks coming in, Jack worked as a signalman monkey. Jack worked as a signal monkey for nearly a decade before finally throwing his last liver in 1890. What an amazing story of this baboon. Nothing surprised me these days. What a great achievements and stories about animals. They do deserve space, and they do deserve attention, respect and love from all of you humans. Hope you have an animal as well. If you don't have an animal, and you will see it's just not when they are puppies. Whatever type of animal you have, could be even a bird or even a snake that I'm so scared, but whatever you choose, please take care of them and give them the respect and the love they deserve. It. Animal is not for days or months or 1 year. An animal should be for life. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate. Hope you are all okay. Let's continue to follow the guidelines as I do. And thanks for watching. Really appreciate, guys. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now.